we need... Oh, I wanted to be out here. Madcap Adventures. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Oh God. Poor Taylor. All right. There we go. All right. Laura kicked in. Good for her. Yeah, so many times bug reports are just not helpful to game studio at all because they don't really. Whoever's writing them is frustrated and upset and isn't thinking clearly and is just putting something, venting their frustrations into a bug report for them, and that's not helpful to anyone. It doesn't get anything fixed, which just means that player's going to get frustrated by it again at some point. And then he's going to blame the game studio for not doing anything about it when the users didn't understand the first submission, and so couldn't have fixed anything, right? Like there's horror stories of people receiving just a picture, like a picture attachment, and that doesn't really mean anything. It's just a picture of the game. And then all the text that says there is fix it. Fix what? Fix what? Any mods or add-ons for this game? No. The game doesn't support mods or like external mods or add-ons. You can make a VOD about something, but if you don't also provide a written explanation, that's it. You could be talking about it, but yeah, it's just if you want something to get fixed, be as clear as possible and provide as much helpful information as possible. No, Neuromancer, that doesn't do anything. Frankly, that just gets deleted. Just like rants on video game on forums and stuff. Like, I was literally just taught, like, if they're just ranting and there's no actual, like, that's just move on. As long as check it to make sure that it's they're not saying things that are inappropriate, move on. Like, there's no feedback to be gleaned. There's nothing to do there. All you can really do is chalk it up in that, well, there's some people upset on the forums this week. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't help anyone. It's just pointless. Yeah, if you're trying to provide reproduction steps, aka repro, for a bug, that's super helpful. In fact, that's if you can reproduce a bug and then explain that clearly in the bug report, that's huge. Because if the devs can't reproduce a bug, then there's a very low chance they're going to be able to fix it. If they can't see it happening, there's nothing really to fix. So that can be useful. But like I can repro Bugs Bunny Bud's Buggy, excuse me, over and over and over and over again. I've sent them links to videos. They still can't quite comprehend what's going on or how to make it happen. And yeah, it's one of those where I'm like, really need to get in like a Zoom call and like share my screen and walk them through it, but they don't really have the time for that. For any item in the right column, hold on. That did not do what you said it was going to do, Ravenous. Any item in the right column, does it have to be up here? So that repro step doesn't, this is what I mean, like if it doesn't repro based off what you're saying, then that's not helpful. I know the bug you're talking about. I have it happen, but where I don't know how it happens. Do I have to be like over here? No. No. Left side? See, now you're saying left side, but so this is the problem with reproing bugs. If it's not consistently happening, it's very hard to get a fix. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had it happen. I cannot repro it. Not consistently. So you make a bot for them to see what you want to do. But if they can't then reproduce it, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can do repro steps. If it repros for your account, but no one else's, like, I just did what Ravenous said that works for them. Doesn't work on my account. That's a big red flag. That means that's not. That doesn't mean that means the devs might not be able to repro it either. Yeah. So there's something else that's actually, there is some other thing going on that's causing it to stick that you haven't sorted out yet. It's not what you think it is. That's just part of it. That's just part of it. It could be your speed. It could be your speed multiplier. It could be certain champions in the formation. I don't know. Could be a resolution setting, yeah. I'm on 1600 by 900, you know? And they get that. If you submit it, this is why you submit a ticket, because if you submit a ticket while it's doing it, like they'll at least say it just happened with this formation and whatever. They'll get a snapshot of your account in that state, and they'll at least know what that account state was. I used to run into bugs, and then I'd submit a ticket, and I'd say, if you copy my account right now, it's in a state where it's doing that. And then I wait, and then it comes up with that thing that says, your game could not be saved. You'll need to restart to continue. And that means they just copied my account. And then I can restart and I can get out of it. There's a pop-up that's basically, the devs just made a copy of your account. But it doesn't say that. This is the problem with bugs. They don't function the same way for everyone. That makes them hard to fix. We have two variants to go after this one, I believe. A Difficult Descent and Dream Gauntlet. Dream Gauntlet. No, that's not. That's not how that song goes. And then we'll have access to Rhea Reborn. Diana got us an Electrum. Agreed for Lae'zel. Excellent. So that means Lae'zel needs 2 more. Duke needs 1. I would have preferred if Warduke had got that. Why do I keep clicking on it? No, I'm not even hunting epics here. I guess I should have held on to those for Rhea. Whoopsie. Whoops. That's okay. She can get her gear patiently like everybody else. Oh, an epic for BBG? What? Where'd that come from? That was nowhere near a pity timer. Oh my god. Hey, Lurking Rider. What? He's now got 4 epics. 4. 1, 2, 4. Gets me is when they reply back with a question that would be very obvious if they loaded up the picture. Oh, the snapshot input. Well, but that's... I don't know. I don't know what to tell you there. That's a whole other step when they could just ask you a question. So that tells me that usually, I mean, it depends on what kind of information they're asking for, but that's why I try to explain fully what's going on. This issue already in the public bug tracker? I don't know. I don't use the public bug tracker. I think the public bug tracker is pointless and just creates frustration for people. People just see bugs sit there forever. But that's how that's how games, that's how software works in general. But yeah, I guess just I was shocked when they created it, because there's a reason studios don't usually have public bug trackers. So I don't go there. Again, that's why I say just submit a ticket. Give them your report. Yeah, I think I used the public bug tracker maybe in the first 6 months it came out. Did a little bit just to see, like, oh, what's this going to be like? And then I was like, oh, it's exactly what I expected. And I stopped using it. I stopped using it. The only time something like that where I feel like really comes off as a positive for a community is if the developers are really committed to burning through a bug tracker. But with a small studio, I mean, any studio, that's not usually a thing that's happening. Never knew there was one. Good, because there's no reason to use it. You can just submit a ticket, buy the bug report, so buy the support button, and everybody's better off. Started marking off what's fixed in future releases with version numbers. Oh, okay. That's neat. Oh. Because here's the thing. It feels like if you're going to have a public bug tracker, all submitted bugs need to feed into that. And then that just needs to be your work queue, and it just happens to be public. And I don't know that that's what's going on. Never felt that way. The Bard's Forge, I don't know how to answer that question. We have absolutely no information on Ren. So, I mean, I would say just, I mean, it's going to take a minimum of what? Like, well, there's no pity timer, but if you did run the full average, it would take 6,000 silvers. Either you can easily get that or you can't. If you can't, then don't worry about it. If you can, then okay, I guess. But we don't even know when Ren is coming out. So. But I personally wouldn't. I'm not worried about it on my account. There's more levels to go. Yeah, timing's about right for speed. Well, but it's, I mean, it's, you say 6,000, I mean, it could be less, it could be way more than 6,000. I'm just saying, if you hit it on average, it's 1,000 chests for one shiny. It doesn't matter what kind of chest. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance to get a shiny, but there's no pity timer. Now, whether you want to get those, try and get that out of silvers or golds or electrums or patron chests, just it's cheaper to do it out of, for an evergreen, it's cheaper to do it out of silvers. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of shinies from a small number of chests before. It's just because it's utterly random. That's how random number generation works. RNG. Well, it doesn't have to be the last Ren's Day of the month, but it does have to be a Ren's Day. But the soonest it could happen is the last Ren's Day of this month. No. That would be the soonest we would see them arrive. But then in July, I believe we have 2 Ren's Days. But it could be on, yeah. It could be on the 24th or the 31st because of the way the month fall, the way the days fall in the month. August, there's only 1. September, there's only 1. October, there's 2. So, just depends. November, there's 1. December, there's 1. Oh no! An event starting on New Year's Day. Wow. And there's going to be 2 content drop Wednesdays that month. Wow. January is going to be... I'm going to feel bad. Whenever they have, like... Whenever an event drops right at before they're really back from break, it can just be, it can be rough. Tutorial show topic for the 29th? I don't... There is no... Oh, I know I saw what you mean. Okay. I mean, all I can talk about is the topic for this week. October could be Halloween. Halloween. Could it? Could it? Yeah. No, it would be the day before. Wednesday's on the 30th, unfortunately. 31st is on a Thursday. Oh, I know when Ren is coming, but I'm never going to say publicly. I would lose my contract. You try to fish for this stuff. It's not smart or funny. You're actively trying to get me fired and lose my main source of income. I want you to realize that when you say these kinds of things to people who have information. That's, yeah, not great. Even if they work for the company, that's the kind of thing that can get somebody fired. It doesn't matter if you know I'm smart enough not to drop it. You're setting an example for what other people in the community are going to also say, right? They're going to think that that's an okay question. Yeah, this weekend we're talking about Flex, baby. Let's talk about Flex, baby. Work. Let's talk about Flex, baby. Let's talk about DM and BBEG. So it's just that's clunky. That's clunky. Yeah, I mean, if people want spoilers, they can go to the well. We don't do that around here. You make a new thought on how to be. Do you mean lesson in classes?